What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. This is episode number 21. We're starting today's episode off with the summer transfer window coming to an end. As you can see, our departures, the big ones being Martinelli and Caprile, of course, moving on to pastures new. But with 5 new signings for Como, obviously Lamana coming in for being a Como native, Hattabur on a free. But the big signings, of course, being Casale, club record signing at 37.5 mil, bolstering our backline. The new man between the six replacing Caprile, Emil Dero. And, of course, right before transfer deadline day, Briel Imbolo, the Cameroonian Swiss international, moving on from Torino to Como. I remember when Imbolo first kind of burst onto the scene, and of course he had moves to Schalke and Mönchengladbach. I think a lot of people thought at that point, Imbolo might well end up becoming one of the best strikers in European football. Hasn't quite happened for him. Hasn't quite happened for him. But he's still put up a pretty decent career. There are a lot of wonder kids just completely fade away and never really, get seen again. I mean, there's just so many we can think of. But Imbolo, when he first burst onto the scene at Basel, when he got that move to Schalke, there's a lot of people thinking, this could be like serious, man. This guy could really become one of the best in Europe. Never really quite worked out. But yeah, Schalke, Mönchengladbach, and obviously moving on from where did he go next? He's not at Torino in real life. Where is he at now? I should know that. Where is Imbolo now? Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you what he's going to say. He's right here with Como. Yes, Briel Imbolo opens the scoring after scoring 2 on his debut at home to Lazio. And where did he get his first away day goal? Where do you think? Yep, moving on to Torino within the save and opening the scoring against what would be his former club. Como in front. It just had to happen, though the hosts would hit back. Yep, levelling it right before the break, and that was how it finished. So 1-1. First 3 games of the season. Pretty decent start, 2 wins and a draw there. Frosinone at home, Frosinone away, and Lazio at home being the wins. And a tricky away day draw against Torino. That's not bad, to be fair. That's not too bad for our first 3 games in this area. But for our following game, man, I was looking forward to this, man. Seriously, when you're doing an RTG, I'm sure you guys out there as well, you're doing an RTG, you always look forward to your first European game with your minnows. You remember back to when you first began the journey, and here you are, where you've reached the destination. Yep, Champions League group stage, joining Group C, Bayer Leverkusen, Chelsea and Glasgow Rangers. And I did say, I think us and Rangers statistically probably the weakest teams in the group. Well, Rangers heard me say that, and they took the lead in this game. Yet welcoming Glasgow Rangers to Como, they got themselves in front in the second half, and I was thinking, right, this is supposed to be the most winnable of the 6 games we'll have. We're down by a goal. This cannot happen. So we hit the post soon afterwards, still trailing by 1. To be fair, I was quite unlucky to be trailing as well. I played quite well. Just hadn't had the rubber to green. With 18 minutes to go, we would find our leveler. Alberto Villa off the bench, storming down the left-hand side, rolls it across. It's only fitting that the local lad, the new club captain, gets the first goal for Como in Champions League history. Patrick Cutrone. Whether he keeps his spot as our starting striker this year with the addition of Briel, I guess that's to be seen. But, well, it was nice to know that it turned out to be the hero for Como in our first ever European game, let alone Champions League game, as Pat, the local lad Cutrone, club captain, doubles our goal tally and puts us in front for the first time in the game, scoring both. And he really ran the show in this game as well. He was still all over the place on the offensive end, setting teammates up and scoring the 2 goals and getting a hockey assist, as you'll see here for Costa, our academy graduate, off the bench. What a 3 academy grads we've got off the bench right now. We've got Costa, Russo and Marchetti. It's hard to, when you first have your players coming out of the academy, it's hard to sort of tell them apart when they're basically the same overall in the same position. That's kind of how I feel about our current trio of attacking midfielders. Anyway, Costa, the first one to get a pro goal for us, he scored the dagger as we wrap up the 3 points. Yep, final score for the first ever European game at the Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia. Como 3, Rangers 1. And it's a win for Como in their first ever European game. It feels good, man. It feels good. But any chance we've got of going through, with no disrespect to Rangers whatsoever, but I'd say any chance we've got of going through relied on us winning the opening game. We're probably not going to win at the Bridge. We might get something at the Bayer Arena, but we're probably not going to win at the Bridge. And I can't see us winning against Chelsea at home either. So we have to beat Rangers, I think, back to back to have a chance of going through. 1 down, once ago. Even so, following game, aim to get a good start to the season going here, going away to Rome, taking on AS Roma, and I really stumbled out of the blocks in this game, man. Really poor styles. 2 goals down early, really poor beginning, and then I hit the post 29 minutes in. You know those games you just think to yourself, yeah, I don't think I'm getting anything from this regardless of how I play. Yep, 2 early goals conceded, and then smacking the woodwork as well. 30 minutes to go, did manage to get ourselves back in the game. Once again, Cutrone doing well, holding up the ball to Briel and Bolo for goal number 4 already since coming into Como. Excellent start for our new number 36, but it was just a consolation goal. Final score, Roma 2, Como 1. And, you know, obviously for a while, Roma were leading the way in the race for the league. I thought they were going to go and win it, and in the end sort of collapsed towards the end of the season. As Milano, of course, ended up being champions, but Roma getting a little bit of revenge there, if you will, with a win by 2-1, our first loss of the season in all competitions. Following game, back home, Lake Como, Inter Milano coming to the Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia, and heading into the game, oh man, I've got some decisions to make this year, man, I really do, because I mean, we can't fit the ball in the front three, can we? You know, you've got Pat, the club captain, who, you know, is the lowest rated of the lot, but has been our top scorer since we started to save. Way back from his journey from Serie B striker to now where he is leading this club as the captain into the Champions League. Then you've got Colombo, who was a monster last year. Absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, you've got the new man in Briel and Bola. I mean, who do I start? One's got to go. One got to go. One got to sit on the bench, but who is it? Because it's so hard to pick between them right now. Pat gets a brace in our following game, which will be Inter Milano by 2. Oh, sorry, he gets a brace in our 2-1 victory over Inter Milano. Alexis McAllister with the other one there, the former Liverpool and Brighton midfielder. I don't know who to drop, man. I really don't, because none of them deserve it. They all deserve to start, but I can't play with 3 strikers. I can't have all 3 of them up there crowding out the box. This town ain't big enough for the 3 of them. One's got to sit on the bench, but I don't know who it should be, man. I really, that's a tough call. It's a tough call because Colombo's still getting better. Like, he's still getting better in his early to mid-20s, and you know, it's so physical, so strong. He will be our highest rated striker coming the end of the season. I'm sure of that here. And you know, you got the new man in Mbolo, who's taken to life in Lake Como like a fish to the lake. And, you know, then also, obviously it's so hard. It's so hard because of the following game here, Hellas Verona away in Verona. Well, we went a goal down early in this game once again, but almost scored from the halfway line there, and then Colombo hits the crossbar, so still down by 1. And then right before the break, we just had our first loss. That came away against Roma as well. I did not want to lose back-to-back away days in succession. That is always pretty painful, isn't it? A real kind of sucker punch psychologically for a team when they lose back-to-back away days, because you know, normally you wait 14 days or around 14 days for your next game to put it right. That's 2 weeks. That's a long time to dwell on as you wait to try and put it right, you know, a long time to mull over your mistakes. So I did not want to lose back-to-back away days. Second half, we get ourselves back in the game. Lorenzo heading in that corner, gets it right second time in the asking, makes it 2-1, and then 58 minutes in, Mbolo shifts the ball onto his weaker left foot, and with that 4-star weaker left foot as well, that's another bonus to this guy's game, man. He's so quick, he's so strong, he holds the ball up well, he's 6'2", but also a 4-star weak foot. He really is an all-around great striker. Mbolo shifts the ball into his left, makes it 2-2, gets us back on the all terms from 2-0 down. Fantastic comeback away in Verona. Well, you just know it ends up counting for absolutely nothing. Yet, quarter of an hour to go. Soon after we got that goal to get us back on the all terms for Mbolo, we throw away the 3 points. Yet, so frustrating there. From 2-0 down to surely claim a point in the end, we bottle it. So, not a bad start for Como, not a bad start at all. Very congested, 3 teams separating the top 8 start the season off. Eventually it's going to start to spread out a little bit as the season goes on. It's very early doors, obviously, but even so, 3 wins in 6. Not a great start, not a great start so far, but of course a long way to go. It's the away days that's been the problem though for us. It feels like I'm playing Football Manager right now. It's the away days that have been the problem for us, you know. Both our losses coming away and a draw as well. At home, so far so good, 100%, but away days, that's where we're struggling. So I was thinking, can we get out of Italy and win outside of the country. We're still away, yes, but we're not in Italy. Following game, match day 2, Champions League group stage, Bayer Leverkusen at the Bayer Arena. And this was a massive game here, already so early on in what I predict will be a very tight group. 21 minutes in, what a start. Christian Volpato, I think gets his second or third goal for the club, but definitely first of the season, and it is a beauty. Smacks it in, 22 yards on the half volley. Como take the lead. Now I was thinking, right, we've taken our advantage. Let's not sit on this. Let's go for a second. And Briel and Bolo, oh man, spending time in Germany playing for Schalke and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Well, he's back in a German city. And he's just put the sword to Leverkusen. What this guy, man, what a goal. This guy is such a class striker. He's got so much pace, strength, ball control, agility, balance. What a goal. He makes it 2. And then 53 minutes in, a chance to bag his brace and surely wrap the points up. He'd do just that. Very little negative to this striker. And if he can finish all the chances he'll get, this guy's going to be one of the top scorers in Europe this season. Yet Briel and Bolo, surely, after bringing him from Torino for 24.4 mil, surely I can't have him off the bench. Surely not, right? So, yeah, 3-0 Como as we go 3 goals up here in Germany. And I was thinking, well, we might lose the clean sheet. We might not hold on to that as Moussa Diaby gets one back. But I felt for sure we'd get the win, and we did. Final score, Como 3, Leverkusen, the home side, 1. And that means 2 games into the group, a third the way through. Us and Chelsea, 100% starts. We'll meet them in the next one as Chelsea will come to Como. That'll be an interesting one for Dennis Wise, the chairman of Como, but of course a Chelsea icon. That'll be an interesting one. But yeah, Chelsea coming into Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia for the following game. And that'll be a very good one there as the top 2 meet after winning both of their games. The dream start in Europe. Now let's make sure the dream start home in the Serie A continues as well. Following game, back to Lake Como. Empoli coming to North Italy for the Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia, playing host to match day 4 at home this season and match day 7 overall. Let's keep the home set run going. If we're struggling away from home, let's keep our home form going. Took the lead early, then Empoli equalised soon afterwards, and then with 28 minutes on the clock here, the visitors looking to get in front the first time. Ben Sheaf wins the ball back, then I get the ball away. Really, really poor from me, and Fran Beltran drills it in from about 18 yards. And that was such a poor goal to concede. I had 2 chances to get the ball away, missed them both. Empoli go in front. So it looks like for the first time this season, we'll taste defeat at the new look, renovated Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia. Briel and Bolo had other ideas. He said, yep, I'm making my mark here on this new look stadium, as he gets yet another goal to make it 2-2. Absolutely sublime start to life here in Lake Como. 2-2. We are back on level terms in a topsy-turvy game, and with 4 minutes to go, not settling for the point, wanted to keep our 100% record going at home. Oh man, what a dilemma I've got. What strikers do I go with this season, At the moment I'm alternating them and they don't seem to mind. Whether it's the club captain, whether it's Briel and Bolo, or whether it's last year's great signing for us from Norwich City, Lorenzo Colombo. Yep, they're all getting the goals and all providing valuable goals in valuable wins as well. Yep, final score 3-2. We come from behind to win it and maintain our 100% start at the new look Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia. What a big win there against Empoli. Want to keep winning at home, man. If I'm going to struggle away, I got to make sure I keep on winning at home. So yeah, big win there, and we will take it. So following game, 8th and final one of today's episode, staying in the Serie A, but on the back of an international break, going away to Genoa, newly promoted to the Serie A. Of course, seeing our former centre half Martinelli, and heading into the game. Oh my god. Listen, I don't know between Colombo and Cutrone. It's too hard to split them. I mean, last year they were basically even. They were for assists, I think. But it's kind of too hard to split them, really. They're just too good. But this guy, I'm sorry, he's got to start the majority. Briel and Bolo, what a touch. What a run. What a finish. He's too good. If you thought that goal was good, I mean, this is just ridiculous. He turns our former centre-half Martinelli inside out with the flick over his head. I mean, that looked like Santiago Munoz in goal when he was doing his first training session with Newcastle's reserves. And there's a reference for my old school football movie fans. But yeah, look at this here. Flicks the ball up and then just dinks it over his head. Gets around his man and then smacks it in. Top bins. Well, not top bins, but even so, what a goal. What a player. What a start. Briel and Bolo gets his second goal early to make it 2-0 Como. Excellent start to the game. Genoa, newly promoted, looking to bounce back here. You know how important a home fortress is to a newly promoted side. They would get back in the game with 6 minutes to go to make it 2-1. So it's 6 minutes to go in the first one, to make it 2-1. But in the second half here, I wanted to take this game by the scruff of its neck and ensure we get our first away day victory in the league this season. And the guy that was going to secure it for me, you know the name, because I'll be saying it a lot during this season. Briel Donald Imbolo. Yep, the Cameroonian-born Swiss international, formerly of Torino, Mönchengladbach, Schalke and Basel, and someone else, but I don't know who, and I'm sorry, I should know this because he's going to be playing there in real life right now. But anyway, Briel Imbolo, I'll look it up after the game, don't worry. Briel Imbolo, he makes it 3-1. That's his first hat-trick as a Como player, whilst Genoa just would not go away. He kept on getting back in the game here and made it 3-2. A minute and a half to go. I'm going to be honest here, I just sort of time wasted to try and see these 3 points out. Didn't want to throw away and bottle what would be our first away day victory. So I just went to the corner to try and time waste here. And in the end, I saw a little opening as Bamba slides through Selnays. And as the Norwegian rolls it across, who's there to turn in from close range? Lorenzo Colombo. Yep, all of my strikers on fire to start the season off. And whilst he won't claim the match ball, he does provide the dagger. Final score away in Genoa. Genoa 2, Como 4. And for Briel Imbolo, what a start for our new man up top. This guy is absolutely tearing the Serie A up. But that will end today's episode of the Summer Career, guys. So big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Don't worry, I'll find out who he plays for in a minute. This is embarrassing, man. I very rarely get this wrong. But even so, have a fantastic day. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the next episode of the Summer Career Mode very soon.